the external hard drive, and then I do all of my stuff, my editing and everything right from the hard drive. So if I'm not hooked up to my hard drive, I can't do any of my video editing, because it's just, I have it on a, whatever, external hard drive and stuff. Alright, test.
Griffith traffic 260, Sierra Quebec, leaving the pattern south.
Hello.
Griffith traffic, wire 8338 Delta, departing runway 08.
These headsets are the worst.
And we have the Cessna in sight.
I know.
Hey, boat traffic 50.
What you really got to get is
We're making a base to final.
what you really want to get is
a full stop, boat traffic.
the those.
Texas 108 entering the downwind runway 9 or full.
Alright, we'll get our altitude set up here. Our directional gyro is slaved right now to the compass. Already connected? Yep, it's slaved to it. If we want to unslave it, we just free it right here, and then we could spin it. But as long as our compass is working, it makes sense to be there. Good afternoon, Unicom. This is Duchess 158 Sierra Quebec. Radio check, please.
Loud and clear.
Alright, thank you. Alrighty. Clear over here on the right. And we're clear over here on the left. Griffith traffic, this is Duchess 158 Sierra Quebec, back taxi, runway 8, Griffith. Wanna taxi it? Alright, you have the airplane? I borrow it all? Just taxi along, just slow is okay. If you want to decrease, you can just bring it down like this. Slow it down a little bit. And then when you go to turn, if it's not turning good for you, you can actually use the left engine or the right engine to help your turning. And before takeoff, seatbelt and shoulder harnesses check. Parking brake set, radios check and set, they are. Flight instruments set, engine instruments check. Got fuel pressure, oil temperature, cylinder temperature, and our load factor. Test our alternator out under over voltage light. All check. Flight controls feeding correct. We'll bring her back. Aileron up, aileron up, aileron down, aileron down. Alright. Check our flaps here. Got a flap coming down on the right. Got a flap coming down on the left. We've got full and back up. Alright. Trim set for takeoff.
Turning it down, runway 9 or full stop.
We're at takeoff. And throttle set to 2200 RPM, so just bring this right up. Got 2200 RPMs here. And we'll exercise it. We're exercising to get 100 RPM drop. Get the drop and bring it forward. Alright, we got that drop. We're going to go ahead and check our mags. Left, right, the left engine. And left, right engine. Okay, we're all good there. Carburetor heat checked, either our carb heats. Down is on. We get our drop. And down is on, we get our drop, and rise again. Okay, now we're going to bring the throttles back to 1500 RPMs.
I got traffic in sight on downwind.
At 15, once we get 15, we're going to do it 3 to 4 times in the cold weather. What we're looking for is we're doing the feather check, make sure that it'll feather still, and then we're also looking to make sure the oil pressure will change, because obviously that's what's going down into that makes the propeller turn is the oil. We should get a drop in that. We should get we should get yeah, and we should get a rise in RPM and a drop, or a rise in manifold. I'm sorry, a rise in manifold pressure, a drop in RPM. So watch. Got a drop in RPM. We get a rise in manifold pressure, and we cycle again, and we should see the oil pressure move a little bit. See there? Slightly move, just like that. All right, so that's our third. So first we do the prop check at high RPMs, making sure we're going there, and that all works. Then at low RPMs, we check these 3 items. All right? Okay, then gyro and pressure load, meters check, I checked that earlier, throttles idle, L's at RPM. Back to 1,000. We're all on the green, all on the green there. All right. Now, fuel pumps check on. They are on. Left and right on. Doors with windows secure. Okay. Parking brake is released. Engine instruments check. All right. Taking the runway clearance. Proceed to approach end. Lights on. Transponder. Halt. And note time of takeoff. Normal takeoff. Elevator control neutral. Make sure propeller control. Verify full forward. Brake set until full power is obtained. Engine instruments at ASI check. Rotate 71, which will wait a little bit longer. Closer to 75 on that. Landing gear up after positive rating is obtained, and we're out of usable runway. And then we climb out at 85, which will do about 90 for our VY. All right, and then climb is set after 500 feet, 25 squared. And in the practice area, we'll do 23 squared. Okay, one thing that's not going to be on the, I'll just slide this right over here. One thing that's not going to be on the, I'll just stick it up here. On the checklist, but it's something we need to know, is if we lose engine during takeoff, we'll maintain directional control, brake, and abort takeoff. If we lose an engine after rotation, we maintain and we still have usable runway. We maintain directional control, land, brakes, and abort takeoff, obviously. Okay, now, if we lose an engine after rotation,
Wind 9, full stop, hold.
but out of usable runway, what we're going to do is we're going to go forward, identify, verify, dead foot, dead engine, and feather. Okay, so dead foot, dead engine means the one that we're not pushing on, all right? So when we lose an engine, it's going to increase our rudder pressure on one. Well, the foot that has the dead foot, they're not getting that pressure on, is the engine that's dead. But you don't want to just yank that and feather that engine, because you might feather the engine that's good, or shut down the engine that's actually good, and then both your engines are out. So you identify and verify. So you identify, dead foot, dead engine, verify by bringing that power slightly back and check, and then after that, then feather the dead foot, or the dead engine.
Back.
Right, if that was let's say that this engine went out, okay? So the power would still be set up here for it. What we do to identify it is dead foot, dead engine. Oh, this foot is not getting any pressure on it. That engine must just be windmilling over there. So then you identify. So you identify, but then you want to verify. So verify by bringing the power back. If you made the mistake, then you go, oops, and bring that power right back up. It's no big deal, okay? And then afterwards, then go ahead and feather it. Okay? Make sense? All right. You all good? All right. Ride along on this takeoff, and then I'll give you the controls after a while, all right? All right, we're clear on the right. Clear on the left. Do you want to announce our takeoff? This is Duchess 158, Sierra, Quebec, departing runway 8. And it'll be this button right here.
Griffith traffic, this is Duchess 158, Sierra, Quebec, departing runway 8, Griffith.
All right. Lined up on the runway here. Heading indicator looks good. Compass looks good. Runway's clear. Clouds clear. And power's coming in.
Bold traffic 55030 Zulu. Left downwind for runway 9, bold.
And gears coming up. We're out of usable. And all lights are out.
You feel a difference
Trim
when
on the climb.
feel a difference here comes up.
Oh yeah. Not as much drag. Griffith traffic, Duchess 158 here, Quebec, turning out to the south. Griffith. Alright, let's see if this works. I'll get us on a south heading.
Have light on.
How you can. Bring this to 25 here. There, 25. And we'll bring this to 25 as well.
RPM is supposed to stay above manifold pressure, right?
Always. Manifold pressure is always, if anything, either squared or just below it. Okay? So in the climb, we'll do 25 squared. I've got it trimmed. Go ahead and your airplane and climb to 5,500. Feels like the heat's kicking on for us.
Bolt traffic, 503 Zulu, turning final for runway 9, Bolt, full stop.
And it's 140 right now. And if you get that little like, what you can do is just adjust this a little bit, like this. See when they're out of sync, feel that difference? So you want to sync them up together. So they've got that nice rotating together. Let's keep it at about 85 to 90 in our climb, okay? Well, the heater's working so far, so we'll see if it lasts more than a half hour.
Where is it coming out of?
Field right back here. And you should have feel a little bit up here, but...
Number 6 to the northeast, we'll be at 45 degree, entry to left down 145, maximum. 5. 5 Charlie, copy, entrance in downwind or
Anybody up on 17? Anybody up? Hey, it's Duchess 158 Sierra, Quebec on the northeast side of Sierra Lake. Climbing up to 5,500.
260's on the west side at 4. 86 X-ray southeast, head your way at 2,000.
And then once we get to 5,500, bring the manifold pressure. So this one will control the manifold pressure. Bring that back to about 23, which you already are at about 23. So just bring the props back to about 23 RPM. Well, this one already is pretty good as far as power set. So just bring this back till it's about right there, but 23. Feel that difference? And she's gonna want to keep climbing. So what you want to do is you're gonna want to trim it. And I can actually turn on your electric trim right here. If you push this, kind of push down and forward or down and back to do what you want. You gotta push this button down first, then see, it'll roll or back. And then when you make altitude changes, you don't have to adjust your power and everything because you've got your props all adjusted out already. So it won't overspeed the engine or the RPMs or anything. The props will make those adjustments for you once you have them set where you want them.
I really feel like I'm going straight down right now.
And you're holding level right now. That's why I said this thing is, its sight picture makes you want to climb all the time.
I guess it's just I can't see the nose really.
Yeah, you can't see anything. All you see is the grass or dirt in front of you. You don't see the propeller spinning in front of you. Nothing. It's just a big view. Pretty crazy, eh?
I read an article about that one plane. It was like homemade. It was like a new engine.
Yep.
That plane looked like way up in front of the wing and nothing around you.
That's awesome. When you get to 5,500, then we'll do a turn to the west.
I want to do the Skyliner Chicago flight thing that we did when I first soloed. I haven't done that since. I really want to.
Yeah, you should do it, man. Just be careful if you do it by yourself to bring your iPad if you have one, or bring something that'll bring something that you can really pay attention to your airspace, watch your altitudes and all of that stuff, you know.
The Piper doesn't have a very good GPS, does it?
Oh, the Piper does. 101 Golf November does. But you have to zoom in to make sure you're looking at the airspaces, and then also have your sectional with you, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this jacket off.
I want to go skydiving in the spring.
Yeah, let's do it this summer, man.
Want to do
spring. Yeah, I've always wanted to do it.
I've got 3 other friends who really want to go too.
That'd be awesome.
And they get a group of 5, it's $10 cheaper per person.
Sweet. Alright, I'm gonna slow this down just a little bit. Okay. And then what I want you to do is go ahead and do a steep turn to the left, and then do a steep turn to the right. So once you get this airplane rolled into a steep turn, just look at the sight picture. It's hard because you don't have a nose to go off of. You either have to use this bar or one of these, one of the two.
And I'll have to adjust throttle.
Nope.
We are about, I'd say 4 miles northwest.
Right there.
Alright, cool. X-ray, we're past him. East of Cedar Lake, getting ready to cross over 65 at 2,000 in Griffin.
Okay, we're at 4.
And Duchess 158 here, Quebec, east side of Cedar Lake, 5,500 steep turns.
Quit bragging, Mark.
What?
How's that heater working?
I'd take my jacket off. We'll see if it keeps up. Last couple times it popped off after about a half hour. So we've been up here for about 15, 20 minutes, so we'll see it.
Cool.
I think we got it figured out though, I'm hoping.
Are we going to Seneca this week?
We better.
Well, we need to see about we get at a, you know, ferry permit or something.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to teach a multi-student this weekend or no? Oh yeah, I mentioned that to you already. You weren't interested in it because you got something going on or something.
I'll talk to you about it this week.
Alright, we'll be in touch. It's warm in here now, huh? Tell your daddy he can come back. Literally though, the last time we were up here, we were freezing in this thing. Again. Ever since we flew with you, I've gotten like 10 more hours in this airplane, and 90% of that has been freezing, stinking cold. See how it's even, to me, I don't know, what do you think? Isn't it easier to do a steep turn in this than in a little 150? Because once you roll it in, it's like, just, hey, been a little bit high on your altitude, but what are you getting your multi, man?
I don't know.
The multi is the last one I got because it's just so expensive to rent the airplane. It's so expensive. So I got my IFR and my commercial and everything before I went for the multi. And in reality, you don't really use the multi that much unless you're flying somebody else or instructing somebody, you know?
Yeah. I'd really like to get my seaplane. You said that thing where you go up and you pay like...
I would love to get that, just to have it.
I bet that'd be pretty practical. Generally,
yeah.
Portagon traffic, Duchess 158, Sierra, Quebec, is left downwind, runway 9er, Porter County.
Wind.
Okay, gears coming down, we're within that. Okay, our downwind here, go ahead and put 10 degrees of flaps on, start our descent, got our gear down, cycle the carb, good that way, turn our base.
Porter County traffic, Duchess 158, Sierra, Quebec, base, runway 9er, Porter County.
got heat?
Looks good.
Cool. Looks clear over here on the right.
It's not as hot.
Okay.
Midwind cross,
Cold, but
runway 8
warm.
Griffith.
Clear bike, guys.
Porter County traffic, Duchess 158 Sierra, Quebec. Final runway 9er, Porter County.
Guys, cold.
Okay. We'll see if it still warms up at all on the base scale. It's still Luke though, so it's producing something. We'll see.
Griffith 260 Sierra Quebec, turning downwind, runway 8 Griffith.
Still broadcasting at 2217. Alright. Start bringing in the power here. And flaps coming up. Gear coming up.
Porter County traffic, Duchess 158 Sierra, Quebec. Good missed, runway 9er, Porter County.